So this is the Earthroamer SX. It's the SX 2.0, so we have some new features on board. So inside of an Earthroamer, the first thing you'll notice is kind of the wood quality, the finishes. We call it rugged luxury. So we do everything in-house. So we do all the countertops, floorings, backsplashes. Those are custom that our customers can pick. Our largest team at Earthroamer is our woodworking department. So we do all of the cabinetry in-house as well. So this is what we call rustic walnut. So it's going to be kind of your knotted walnut. And we have some hand distressed options as well if you choose to go that route. Inside the SX, we also have a couple of additional features like a washer-dryer combo. So this is capable of doing both the washing and the drying in one unit. We have an appliance garage. So it's an espresso machine. You can do different coffee makers in here if you want. You can do a Keurig or a Nespresso. So that's kind of up to customer preference. And above that, we have additional storage for things like spice rack, and then we have coffee mugs up here. And then this is probably my favorite feature inside. This is actually a hidden induction burner. So this is porcelain. So inductive properties can go through porcelain. So I can set this straight here, and it actually is cooking through the porcelain. So I can cook, and what's nice about that is the obvious, like when I'm not cooking, I have my counter space back. So I don't have some burner sitting in my way when it's like I could be doing other things here. The other benefit to having that is I can actually wipe this completely clean. So when I'm done cooking and getting grease and stuff everywhere, I can just spray it and wipe it right off. So it's not like getting stuck in crevices of the cooktop or anything like that. Deep stainless steel sink. We also, what we're kind of become known for is getting a little crazy with how we do our dish management. So this is called the Quiet Ride dish management system. So we put a lot of this felt material up here that's actually holding all of your dishware in place. This allows us to use a lot nicer things like our wine glasses and things like that. So obviously this would break if it was going to sit here vibrating, on washboard roads and things like that. So we have to put it in here to ensure that doesn't happen. Obviously that's the same with your plates, your bowls, your cups. We actually carry that into your silverware. And then we also carry that into knife blocks. So we embed magnets in here so this kind of sticks down so it doesn't rattle out when you're driving. In the back is a L-shaped dinette, so we have a cushion right here, so we can put this table into a couple different heights. So you have all the way up, which is your dining table height. If I want to watch some TV, I can lower this down. I can lower this down to what we call coffee table height. So where a coffee table would normally be, I put that there, and that's why there's a cushion here, so I can kick my feet up on this cushion. And then obviously for dining, you have a leaf that can fold out. And because this can raise and lower, we can actually turn this entire back area into a bed. So this lowers all the way down to here, and then the cushions go back on top, and it becomes a secondary sleeping area. And then TV comes in and out of the cabinet. So if you want to get your view back, you can put your TV out of the way, or obviously when you're traveling, if you're driving, you're not going to have your TV up. So we put it on a lift so it can go out of the way. It's got Sonos sound, so that'll sound bar on top. Give you a true, like at-home TV watching experience back here. On this wall, we do pantry, wine fridge. So same thing, like wine fridges, this would open, but we have to build this in here to make sure that doesn't open while you're driving. So it's a little safety mechanism, and of course we have our wine bottles in there. 10 cubic foot fridge freezer combo. So this is a very big refrigerator. So this is always a refrigerator, and down here is independently controlled. So those could be a refrigerator or a freezer. And then we have closed closet, closed drawers. And then in the bathroom, it is a full dry bath. So what a dry bath is that's when your shower is separate from your toilet. So you have your toilet down here. We use a cassette toilet. You have your sink in the bathroom, and then to your left in here is a full waterfall shower. And then in the main sleeping area is a California king bed. So that is good, obviously, for two adults. You can do 2 adults up there, 2 adults in the back. The back bed turns into a king-size bed as well, like the dinette does. But that's a true California king. And then we have a pass-through to the cab, so if it's raining outside, you don't want to get out in the mud or anything like that, you just want to go straight back to the camper, you can go through that. There's barn doors on either side of that, so you can actually close off the cab from the camper seamlessly.
Oh, wow. And then this up here is a security system?
It is, yep. So Ghost Security, so that's going to be 360 degrees of security. That's constantly recording too, so that can notify your phone if there's motion or anything like that. So that's just there. And then we have our diesel air heater controller, and then we have a full digital display to control everything else on board. So if I want to turn off and on my lights, right, so I can click that. We also have color changing lights on board. Obviously this is just a normal color right now, but I can connect this to the iPad that comes with it and change the colors if I want to. We have like a dim function, so you have really dim lighting. And then we can do like night light, so if you look at your feet, it's super dim down there, so you leave that on overnight, it's not gonna overwhelm you with light. And then we have a bunch of other, more complicated systems on board that you can, monitor things. So it's a fully self-sufficient unit. So everything is run off of solar panels and lithium-ion batteries and inverters to allow us to run some of the more high-capacity household appliances, kind of like the microwave, air conditioning, and things like that. So unlike RVs that always are running generators and things like that to run the systems on board, we're running it straight off batteries. So if I want to turn my air conditioning on right now, I can just turn it on. I don't have to run a generator or do anything like that. And I can run that for hours. And then solar, ideally, during the day, your solar is going to be recharging your batteries. If I am having to run my air conditioning a ton, unfortunately, there's no such thing as an efficient air conditioner. So if I'm running that all the time and maybe I'm not getting enough juice out of my solar panels, I can use the engine as a backup. So I can turn the engine on from here, click that button, now I'm drawing power from my engine. So that acts kind of like a generator. So if I want to use that, but that's not the primary way. But that's nice because you're charging your batteries while you're driving a camper.
Right, and is there something that's considered a base model, or is it just this would be standard? I guess, base and standard, same thing.
So the way that I describe it to people is everything that is the off-grid Earthroamer-esque stuff, so that would be battery capacities, water tank capacities, all the stuff to get you off the grid is standard. The things that we have as options are things like this, right? Do you want the espresso machine? Do you want this appliance garage at all? If you don't have to choose this. These are just kind of custom options we can do. But everything that is what makes Earthroamer, which is, luxury finishes, but also complex electrical systems like water tanks, like there's no upgrade you can do for the batteries. This has 24,000 watt hours of lithium on board. That's the number you're getting, no matter what, price you're paying at the end of the day. That's just a standard feature. We have 120 gallons of water on board. That's every SX is going to have that. So there's no room to upgrade that. We try to give the most that we can to our customers at standard, just because it's meant to be an off-grid vehicle. So the more that we can give our customers to go off-grid, the better. So we don't nickel and dime them to try to, we'll pay us more and we'll put more lithium in your truck. It's like, no, we're putting as much lithium as possible.
Right, and then what would be a price range, like a start to?
Yep. So the one that we're in right now starts at $1,090,000 and goes up to about $1.2 million.
Okay.
So that's after options. So all those options are like TV, coffee maker, what type of wood you want to do. So we allow our customers to customize. Like this is, like I mentioned, is the walnut. They could do something like an alder, an oak, a maple wood. They don't have to do porcelain. Porcelain's required if you do the hidden induction cooktop, but you can do things like quartz instead. If you want to do a custom backsplash, we've done that. We can do custom flooring. We actually do our own upholstery as well. So if you have a specific type of leather that you're wanting to do, that's something that we'll do custom to.
Oh, okay. And the last thing I was wondering, is there a TV up here?
There
Because I
is,
see
yep.
there's like a skylight up here.
So there is a TV. So there's a TV mounted on the wall right here. That also has a Sonos soundbar. So yep, you can see the TV.
Oh, let's see if I can. Oh, it's back here.
Yep.
Oh,
and
wow.
then there's a skylight. It's actually an access hatch on the roof. So I can climb up on the roof. And like I mentioned, we have a ton of solar on board. Pretty much the entire roof is taken up by solar panels. All those solar panels are walkable. So I can go up there and walk on top of them if I need to. Obviously, the fun part of that is I can watch a cool sunset from the roof of my truck. The more functional side of that is like if we're camping in Colorado in February and it just blizzard and we got snow all over the roof, I can go up there with a push broom and I can push all the snow off my solar panels, so I'm still getting sunlight power.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is really cool. Thank you for taking out the time
Absolutely.
to give me a tour of it.
Of course.
Yeah. And Yeah, thank you for your time. I was like, that was really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm.
All right, you guys, so we'll take one last look at it, and then I'll go ahead and head out because the rest of the team is waiting for me. But that is super awesome. Look at that, you guys. Fully functional. I really like the feature of the TV. You guys, let me know, what is your favorite part of this home?